Hi, today is Thursday, March 9th, 2017. It's the fourth day of the second week of Lent, and this is a Sweet Speaks. I'm trying out some new equipment today, so we'll see whatever happens to the sound in this video. I hope everything works out fine. I just installed it, so I actually have no idea. I'll show it to you. I got this one. It wasn't very expensive, so maybe I'll have to buy a better one later, but at least now I got a microphone. However, what I was going to talk about today, or in this video, I plan on making at least one more today, and probably something will turn up in my social media feed or something that will inspire me to make one or two, apart from that. But anyway. The Ben Carson debacle, his comments on African-born slaves as immigrants, and all the criticism he got from this. He was of course called a lot of nasty things, because, well, I guess it was considered bad of him to call African-born slaves immigrants. Alright, first of all, what is the textbook definition of an immigrant? The textbook definition of an immigrant is someone who moves to another country to permanently settle there. It doesn't say whether this movement is voluntary. It might be involuntary. And the other thing, President or ex-president, thank God for that, ex and not current, Barack Obama, did the same thing back in 2015. He then called African-born slaves immigrants. No one criticized him. Of course they didn't. Because, well, he is on the so-called right side and Ben Carson is on the so-called wrong side. Here's a thing you could think about. I mean, since the left loves identity politics, let's think about this. Of these two men, of Ben Carson and Barack Obama, which one of these two are to a high degree descended from African-born slaves? Ben Carson, who comes from a long line of African Americans, or Barack Obama, who just happens to have an African-born father, but a white American mother, although she supposedly did have one black ancestor who came with the slave ships in the 1700s, and then his descendants passed for white through mixing with white people. So Barack Obama has, one or two slave ancestors, but Ben Carson has lots of them. I guess most of his ancestors in if you take from the 1700s and onwards and until the emancipation, were either African-born slaves or American-born slaves. So I don't understand why a good guy like Ben Carson wouldn't be allowed to say this. And I mean, he is factually right. Those people were immigrants. They weren't voluntary immigrants, but they were still immigrants. I mean, otherwise, you could also say that children who immigrate to another country because they follow their parents, are they voluntary immigrants? Are you sure the children really want to leave their country? Or are they leaving involuntarily? I remember moving when I was almost 15 years, and I really didn't want to move. I still moved. Okay, it was in the same country, but it was a migration. And I was what could you say, a domestic migrant, an involuntary one. I think probably that movement was for the better, but I didn't know that back then, and that was not my point. My point is, slavery is probably the most extreme kind of involuntary immigration, followed by forced movement of people, like when Stalin moved people around in the former Soviet Empire because he liked to do that. But, I mean, immigration doesn't in itself say anything about the immigration being voluntary or not. Immigration just means someone who moves to another country. So I see no reason that Ben Carson should be attacked for this. I see no reason that he should be called an Uncle Tom or a coon or whatever. And I mean, this only shows the stupidity and the bigotry of the left, of the left liberals of America. And there are a few of them over here too, but they haven't really picked up on this. Not at least what I've seen. So I stand with Ben Carson in this. Ben Carson is a good guy and he's got my support. And that's what I have to say about this right now. I would like to thank the people who are supporting this channel through PayPal and through Patreon. This support has, among other things, made it possible for me to get that microphone, to upgrade this program so you don't get to see that boring water stamp saying Screencast-O-Matic. That doesn't look very professional, I know this. So it's improving little by little. I need to learn all the techniques of the program. Yes, I haven't gotten around to learn everything yet, but still, it's getting better. So thank you a lot for this. I would also like to thank the people who are praying for this channel, because the Lord is my rock. I mean, I don't talk about it all the time in this channel, because this channel is mostly about politics, but He is my rock, and I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think that. I wouldn't care about the world if I didn't think that. And also, if you like this channel, please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss anything. Please like my videos if you like them. Please comment. That's also very important. If you got something to say, please say it. It's important. And yeah, and I will reply to a degree, as I say. When it gets too crazy, I just give up. But I try to respond to anything that's remotely sane. And also, please share my videos on social media. Well, to get the word out, you know, I'd like to build this channel, and I hope that you'll help me with that. So I'm very grateful for all the help, be it financial, be it prayers, be it spreading of the word. All of that is good. So thank you for that. This is A Swede Speaks. Have a nice day.